Hi, and welcome to Emotional Soul Healing. And for those, if you've been watching my channel, liking it, commenting, or sharing it, I'd like to thank you in advance. My name is Stephen Sherman. I'm on creating Emotional Soul Healing several years ago. And with the major intention is, as an awakened voice with the soul, is to share the information that I've learned for the last 12 to 13 years. And I'm sharing something that's very near and dear to me, that I got lucky enough that this was introduced to me in my mid-30s. And what it is that we're not just as a human being, but we're here as a human soul. And what I'd like to be offering here is, and I think it's going to be in the next week, and I'll be posting a video later. I'd like to be hosting an upcoming video or an upcoming seminar. I'd like to offer a one-day free live seminar for those that would like to join in, sign on if you have any questions. And simply in the most fundamental and in a simplistic way of answering or simply educating others of some of the basics of why are we here, what are we doing. And the reason why I'm sharing this is unfortunately, we're here for a short amount of time. And the time is the one thing that each and every one of us has. And that time at one point can be very limited. Or we're here today and the next day, someone that's close to us, they're gone. So what I'm sharing here is we're in a brand new year. This is a 2025 year as a 9 type vibration. So for those, if you were already rocking and rolling with this last year, then there's an 8-year vibration, 2024. That was to close up all the karma. Now in 2025 is to close up everything. So from the soul, from the universe, and energetically in terms of frequency, the frequencies, the energies, and the vibrations, we're coming here in this year to close everything. So when next year shows up, it's going to be an opportunity to start things in a brand new beginning. This is going to be a new experience for me with this. And I'm sharing a certain amount of excitement with this, that we're not just, as I said, we're not just as a human being, we're here as a human soul. And one of the major things we're all coming here to do in this physical 3D world here is we're coming to close up all of the 3D emotional entanglements. And these are all things that either stem from the family. For all of us and for many of us, we all have a thing called a childhood experience. I had a few myself. The important part of it is whether it's the interference from the family, the culture, or the religion, or something from the childhood experience from the environment. The soul saying you went through the experience, but you don't want to be stuck by it. Because when we show up here, we're coming here normally in pristine condition from the universe. And when we show up here, many of us, unfortunately, and especially for showing up here as an old soul, the vibration or the destiny type 7, 8, or a 9 type vibration for the master numbers, or even for the younger souls, we're all coming here initially to close things up. And then for those that have the larger agreements, we're coming here to fulfill something else while we're physically here. And it's not just attaining a job, attaining a career, or working from Monday to Friday. We're all coming here to close something. And I'll give you an example. Let's say from a younger experience. We have a younger experience. Someone who goes through something. It's an experience if they get yelled at, something said. And from a younger age, they're watching, they're observing, they're experiencing it, or even they're perceiving it. And instead of talking about it, they wind up internalizing it. That's as one good example. That's something I had gone through. There's others that may have gone through other things in a war-torn country. Others that have been born in either in a great environment. Others, all of a sudden, they had a moment of madness where everything appeared to be good, but on the inside, something happened. Whether it was a conflict with a brother or a sister or someone from the family or something else. And for most of us, we just take that experience and it's swept underneath the rug. If you take that an experience and instead of seeing it as an experience, say thank you for whatever showed up and see it as that was part of the human experience, and there's without any judgment, without any blame with it. What was it from that experience that you can take away from it as a lesson out of it, and then energetically cut the feeling, because it's the feeling from a younger age. This is what's blocking or jamming up everything from the inside out. whatever we're attaining in this life as a human soul, in order to have that clarity, especially now in being elevated into the 5D consciousness, or for those that are striving for this or aiming towards it, or for those that simply would like to start educating themselves about it, from that one initial experience, that could have made up, that one moment of 5 or 10 seconds with whatever happened, for many of us, I'll use me in the example, at one point I had overextended it by another 25 years from that one stupid thing. And I don't want to see anyone else going through it. And I'm sharing that there's another way out. I'm sharing with others there's another way to deal with things. And just take that feeling, identify with that feeling, and you have to ask yourself, do I want to hold on to it, or do I want to drop it and let it go? And it's about as simple as it's the best way that I can explain it. Because none of us are ever here on our own. None of us are ever down and out. We're always still connected while we're physically here with our soul. And we also have our spiritual guides from the light. They've volunteered to be with us while we're physically here, including our identical self from the light. And they're all here to assist us with getting back on track. Unfortunately, as I said, none of us are here on a picnic, and this is technically a really tough type of a school ground here. So for those that are hungry, or for those that have really decided to do something with their life, and if it's affected one's health, potentially, or if they're in with a health situation and they're like, I don't see a way out of this, or they've hit rock bottom, or they've hit into a wall and they're looking, saying, hey, there's got to be another way out with this. I welcome you to this upcoming seminar. And it's simply going to be an opportunity just to simply educate, get acquainted with the material, and it's simply to have the understanding that whatever that feeling is in this 5D consciousness, if you go deep enough, you'll be able to find the answers. And my experience is, how hungry was I to go on the inside and clean it out? It's not that I'm any more gifted or any more special than anybody else. I've simply earned an extraordinary amount of trust doing with what I'm doing with the universe. And I'd like to extend this with others with this. And it's going to be an opportunity. I'll be offering a 6 to an 8 week, probably 6 to 7 week program with this. And it's going to be going in there, not so much in like with a teaspoon that we're going to go in with and cleaning everything up. We're going to go in with the massive front end loader. We're going to clean up the whole mess from the family, the culture, the religion, and from any of the emotional entanglements with this. And I think it's a very, very important thing while we're physically here. The best thing that each and every one of us, that while we're physically here, the best thing that we can do, we all have the life experiences. And I'm very, very aware now that for many, as they get older with life, or as they move on with life, at one point they wish they were able to close things. Closing meaning whatever happened from the past, they were able to close it, either having a peaceful closure with it. It's like having a home, and is it full of junk? Is it full of stuff? Or has everything been well taken care of? Was the place clean, neat, and tidy? And it's the same thing with whatever's been going on up here, or whatever's in the heart. It's the same thing. So when we leave here, we carry all that stuff with us. This is simply a wondrous opportunity for those that would like to close up whatever's on the inside, or whatever the shit that they've been holding on to in their chest, or the stuff that deep down inside they wish they had the guts to tell somebody off, or they wish that while they were physically here, having a closure with something. I welcome you here to this upcoming seminar. And it's simply maybe for a half hour, maybe up to an hour, depending on the calls, the questions being asked. And simply an opportunity. It's an invite, an invitation to get acquainted with this. And I welcome you, and I thank you for your time. Again, my name is Stefan Sherba with Emotional Soul Healing. I thank you for your time with this, and I look forward to connecting with you. And till next time, be kind with yourself, treat each other well, and enjoy your day.